What is going on, everybody? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you on. Today, guys, we're going to be giving a dubious speculation or price prediction on Novo Nordisk stock and where it could land by the end of 2026. In today's video, we will be highlighting how the macroeconomic structure currently is going to potentially send the entire stock market to continued new all-time highs, and why the pharmaceutical industry will also be benefiting of such, especially those that are competing within the obesity market and the weight loss products market, with Novo Nordisk, of course, having the first to market oral GLP-1, and that is the Wegovy pill that is now for sale with Amazon Pharmacy, as well as through the masses here in the United States and globally very, very soon. So make sure you smash the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel if you find the information useful. We're at 268 subs now, and we've been growing. As a pharmacist, it's a passion of mine to invest in the pharmaceutical industry because it's what I studied. For 4 years, I dedicated my life in pharma. So with that being said, now I'm hopefully able to at least give you guys perspective from a pharmacist lens, but also someone who's been in the market investing for the last 4 or 5 years. Now, Novo Nordisk stock, initially mentioned on the channel about 3 weeks ago at right around $50. It's up a nice 18% in the past month. It's looking very strong. From its previous all-time high, though, Novo Nordisk is down from $142 to $59, giving it a potential 130% upside to get back to a new all-time high, which I do believe is on par where it could be before year end, and even a new all-time high could be achieved. So the things that you need to make sure you're paying attention to is the market cap, $204 billion valuation right now. And of course, the PE ratio, super important, especially when we look at its competition, 16.34, which is actually pretty modest relative to some of the other stocks that are within big pharma. Now, first, macroeconomics. Things are looking better and better. This morning, CPI was released. And of course, with that being said, it came in line with expectations, but core CPI or consumer price index actually came in below expectations, which is extremely bullish. We have a government right now in the United States that's looking to do everything in their power to continue to fuel the stock market and other markets alike. Donald Trump actually made a statement also this morning: when the market goes up, the Fed should lower interest rates. Federal Chair Jerome Powell kills every rally Trump. The President of the United States, everybody. This is someone that is doing everything in his power to make this market go up. So also keep that in your back pocket as we move towards the video, or onwards with the video. Now, the Motley Fool put up a really, really good article earlier today as well. It all falls on today. That is Tuesday, January 13th. Eli Lilly versus Novo Nordisk. Which company will dominate the weight loss drug market in 2026? And check this out here. The case for Novo Nordisk. Novo has benefited from the first to market advantage with both the injectable weight loss drugs and now with the oral format. The company won approval for Ozempic, which of course is the highly sought after and maybe the number one utilized in the world, a GLP-1 drug for type 2 diabetes in late 2017, and launched the drug in early 2018. Doctors also have prescribed off-label use for patients aiming to shed pounds, and that greatly expanded the revenue opportunity. The company followed up with the same peptide, semaglutide, commercialized specifically for weight loss, as Wegovy in 2021. And just recently, regulators approved the Wegovy pill format, the first to market. This portfolio continues to drive the growth at Novo Nordisk, with obesity care generating revenue of 37% of their total annualized revenue to $59.9 billion, about $9 billion of it in the first 9 months of 2025. So again, from an earnings potential, keep that in mind, folks. So with that being said, if we looked at everything so far, macroeconomics are telling us the economy is getting better from a macro lens, which is important for rates. And we know with rates, reduced rates equals a more risk on market, and investors are more likely to fuel liquidity, and the global liquidity index will go into assets like the stock market and those that we're discussing today in the pharmaceutical industry. Now, forecasts. Novo Nordisk currently has a price target of $54.67, making it actually downside from an analyst perspective, calling it a moderate buy. Some of the bull cases in here, 4% upside at $62 from Bernburg Bank. And also we see from CFRA saying a $90 hold with 51 0.24% upside from tip ranks. Again, this is for the next 12 months. But I think this is extremely conservative. And also, I think their downside risk is not really sensible, because if you can back that up with a failure to meet partnership necessities, right? If you look at it from a Wall Street lens perspective, or what Wall Street wants is not just FDA approval and a medications rollout, but partnerships with key people. And for sure, with the big announcement that Novo Nordisk is partnering with Amazon Pharmacy, giving you direct delivery to door for these weight loss medications and the Wegovy pill itself, that is extremely bullish if you ask me. So with everything that's happening, the bull case right now sits for Novo Nordisk. We know things are looking really, really good from a potential revenue generation. Because if they just talked about a $9 billion fueled by their injectable GLP-1 medications in the first 9 months of 2025, how many people do you know in your own life that hate injections, that don't want to stick themselves with an injectable? Diabetics don't like it. So that's why insulin therapy is there's so much pushback against it. People that are overweight don't care for it. People that are obese don't care for it. So with that being said, having the first to market product with an oral therapy is going to give you some significant advantages. And I'm thinking if they made $9 billion from their injectables, we could see a 5-fold from that. So instead of 9, we're talking $45 billion potentially. So with Novo Nordisk currently trading at a PE ratio of 16.34, and if we look at Eli Lilly stock trading at a 53 price to earnings ratio, that gives a clear 3x, not even from a sales perspective, just a potential PE ratio. Because if Eli's trading like a tech stock, why shouldn't Novo Nordisk, right? And if you look at the potential revenue and beating expectations from a Wall Street perspective, I think Q1 with the rollout being January 2nd, January 6th, it was available to purchase from home. The fact is, the upside potential for Novo Nordisk stock, in my opinion, is massive. I think the market cap can easily get to a $600 billion to $800 billion market cap before year end. I think $1 trillion market cap, depending on what happens with the Wegovy rollout, their pill format, and also when Eli Lilly's approval for their oral Mounjaro or Zepbound, that's all going to impact the potential upside. But I think all-time highs, which is $142 a share for Novo Nordisk in 2026, is on the table. But I think a $200 to $300 price target is not off the table. A clear 5x from here, $250, giving it $1 trillion market cap with a PE ratio of right around maybe 50, 52. I think it's, again, on the table. So there's my speculation. There's my price target. I'm going to be paying attention to it. And remember, Novo Nordisk is not just a stock. It is a dividend yielding stock. You get a 2.09% dividend. And you also have that. So just you holding shares, you're going to get part of the potential income that you're looking for. Because a lot of people need to sell shares to realize profits. But say you invest $100,000 into Novo Nordisk, you're going to be paid $2,000 via the dividend yield annually just for holding the stock. So, of course, as the stock goes up and the upside, if it goes up 200-300%, that's just an added bonus. And I think, again, this should be on everyone's watch list and radar. And let's see what happens. Can we go back to all-time highs this year? I think so. Let me know in the comment section below what your thoughts are on Novo Nordisk stock and where you see it going towards the end of 2026. Again, I appreciate your guys' support as always. Fantastic community we have built so far. We have seen some big wins on a lot of different plays, which is really fun to see. And not many losses. I think overall, the aggregate has seen anywhere between 5 to 7% in the last couple of weeks for gains. And hopefully we continue to see that, because you guys know me. I'm not a day trader. I'm not a options trader. I'm a spot trader, and I like to buy businesses that I do think have upside. That's the way I invest. And that's what I've been doing for the last 5, 6, even 7 years since I was in college. So I appreciate your support as always. That's all I have for you guys today. And until next time, as always, everybody, keep investing. Peace.